What if your body turned against you? In ways so bizarre, science still can't explain them. Have you ever felt like your skin was crawling, but nothing was there? Or watched someone laugh until they collapsed and never woke up again? These aren't horror stories, they're real diseases stranger than fiction. And today, you're about to uncover the world's most terrifying medical mysteries. But be warned, once you know them, you'll never look at your body the same way again. Let's begin with a question: what if you couldn't stop laughing, ever? In 1962, a laughing epidemic broke out in a girls' school in Tanzania. It started with 3 students, then spread to 95 others. They laughed for days until they fainted, vomited, or couldn't breathe. Doctors called it mass psychogenic illness, but was it really just in their heads? Or something far more ancient and far more contagious? Next question: what if your skin turned to stone? Meet Deed Kaswarla, a man whose hands grew bark-like warts covering his entire body. Doctors called it epidermodysplasia vericiformis, a rare genetic flaw that turns HPV deadly. His fingers looked like tree roots. His feet like gnarled branches. Surgeons removed over 13 pounds of growths, but they kept coming back. Was this a curse or a glimpse into humanity's fragile biology? Now ask yourself, could you live without sleep? Fatal familial insomnia sounds like a myth, but it's real and horrifying. Your brain slowly shuts down, you hallucinate, panic, lose control. After 6 to 36 months, you die and there's no cure. It's inherited, silent, and it's been traced back to 18th century Venice. One family, one mutation, generations doomed to die awake. But here's the real question: are we all one gene away from madness? Let's go deeper. What if your blood turned blue? In Kentucky, the Fugate family had skin as blue as the Appalachian sky. Methemoglobinemia, a blood disorder that blocks oxygen from coloring your blood red. For generations, they were called blue Fugates, feared, isolated, misunderstood. But their secret: a recessive gene and a remote mountain valley. Now ask, what if you aged 10 years in one day? Progeria strikes children as young as 2. Their bodies mimic 80-year-olds. Wrinkled skin, bald heads, heart attacks, before they even reach kindergarten. Only 1 in 20 million are born with it, but every case is a ticking clock. And yet, these kids laugh, love, dream, while science races to stop time itself. But what if your mind betrayed you in the most intimate way? Foreign accent syndrome sounds fake until you hear it. After a stroke or trauma, people wake up speaking with a French, Russian, or Jamaican accent, even if they've never left their hometown. Their brain rewires speech but not identity. Imagine your loved ones not recognizing you just from your voice. Now consider this: what if you felt bugs crawling under your skin? Morgellons disease is controversial. Patients say fibers grow from their flesh. Doctors call it delusional parasitosis, but thousands swear it's real. Microscopic filaments, open sores. Sleepless nights scratching at nothing and everything. Who's right, science or suffering? And what about diseases from history that sound like nightmares? Dancing plague of 1518. Hundreds danced uncontrollably in Strasbourg. Some danced 4 days until their hearts gave out. No music, no reason, just movement. Ergot poisoning, mass hysteria, or something we've forgotten. Then there's Kuru, the laughing death of Papua New Guinea. Spread through ritual cannibalism, victims trembled, laughed, then died. It's caused by prions misfolded proteins that eat the brain from the inside. Sound familiar? It's the same family as mad cow disease. But here's the twist: some tribes evolved immunity. Evolution in real time, driven by death and ritual. Now ask yourself, could a disease make you obsessed with death? Cotard's delusion: you believe you're already dead. Patients refuse to eat, say their organs rot, claim they smell their own decay. Brain scans show near zero activity in regions that process self-awareness. It's not depression, it's existential horror made flesh. And what if love itself became a sickness? Paris syndrome affects Japanese tourists who visit the City of Light. The reality doesn't match the dream, they collapse mentally shattered. Anxiety, hallucinations, delusions, all from unmet romantic expectations. In a world of filtered perfection, are we all at risk? But perhaps the strangest disease is one you've never heard of. Exploding head syndrome. Yes, it's real. You're falling asleep, then bang, a deafening explosion inside your skull. No pain, no damage, but your heart races like you've seen a ghost. It happens to students, pilots, INSOMN, IACS. And no one knows why. Is it stress, neural misfires, or your brain's final warning before collapse? Now consider this chilling question: what if a disease rewired your morality? Frontotemporal dementia doesn't just steal memory, it steals your soul. Kind people become impulsive, cruel, reckless. They lie, steal, betray. Loved ones say, it's not them anymore, and they're right. Your personality isn't fixed, it's just biology, waiting to break. But here's the ultimate mystery: are some diseases not diseases at all? In medieval Europe, hysteria was blamed on a wandering uterus. Women were cured with pelvic massage or marriage. Today, we laugh, but what will future generations laugh at us for? Maybe chronic fatigue, maybe long COVID. Conditions dismissed until they weren't. Truth often arrives decades late. Now, a new question: what if the world looked completely distorted? Alice in Wonderland syndrome: your hands swell to giant size. While your room shrinks around you, time slows, sounds warp. It's linked to migraines, epilepsy, even EBV. And it's named after a children's book. But for those who live it, it's pure, disorienting terror. Next, what if you craved eating dirt, chalk, or metal? Pica isn't picky eating, it's a compulsive urge to consume non-food items. Seen in pregnant women, children, and those with autism. Sometimes fatal: lead poisoning, intestinal tears. Your body screams for nutrients, but your mind chooses poison. Now ask, could a disease make you smell like fish? Trimethylamine fish odor syndrome. Your body can't break down a compound in food. Sweat, breath, urinal reek of rotting fish, no cure, just isolation. Victims shower hourly, avoid social life. All because of one broken enzyme. Imagine being shunned for something you can't control, can't hide. And what if your face froze in a permanent grin? Rhesus sardonicus, caused by tetanus or hemlock, muscles lock into a macabre smile. Ancient Greeks called it the sardonic smile, named after a poisonous plant from Sardinia. You're fully conscious, but your face mocks your agony. Now consider this: what if you lost all sense of fear? Urbacque's disease destroys the amygdala. The brain's fear center gone. Patients walk into danger without flinching. Snakes, heights, armed men, no reaction. Fear isn't just emotion. It's survival, and without it, you're vulnerable. But is fearlessness freedom or a death sentence? Next question: what if your body rejected water? Aquagenic urticaria, water allergy, touch water and your skin erupts in hives. Rain, tears, sweat, all triggers. Some can't even drink without pain. Less than 100 cases worldwide. But for them, life is a desert inside and out. Now ask, could you forget your own face? Prosopagnosia face blindness. You see eyes, nose, mouth, but no identity. Even your mother, your spouse, strangers. You learn to recognize voices, walks, clothes. It's not memory loss, it's a wiring error in the visual cortex. Imagine living in a world where everyone is a mask. And what if your limbs moved without your consent? Alien hand syndrome. Your hand acts on its own. Grabs objects, strangles you in your sleep. Often after brain surgery or stroke, you feel like a passenger in your own body. One woman's hand kept undoing buttons. She'd just fastened over and over. Your body your enemy, your hand a stranger. Now, a haunting question. What if you felt dead inside but looked alive? Walking corpse syndrome, another name for Cottards, but this time it's global. Patients beg to be buried. They stop eating, stop speaking. In one case, a man traveled to a morgue to prove he wasn't breathing. Is this madness or a mirror to our deepest fear, non-existence? Let's go further back. What plagues haunted Adam's descendants? Ancient texts describe fiery boils. Madness from the stars, stone skin. Were they leprosy, epilepsy, genetic disorders, or something lost to time? In Egypt, mummies show signs of tuberculosis. In Rome, sacred fire raged through crowds. Disease has always walked with us. Silent, patient, inevitable. Now ask, could a virus rewrite your DNA? Endogenous retroviruses make up 8% of our genome. Ancient viruses that fused with human DNA. They help form the placenta, but they can also trigger cancer, MS, ALS. You carry viral fossils in every cell. You are part virus. Is that evolution or invasion? Next, what if your sweat turned colors? Chromidrosis. Sweat glands secrete pigment, blue, green, black, yellow sweat. Rare, harmless, but deeply unsettling. Imagine wiping your brow and staining your sleeve red. Your body becomes a canvas of involuntary art. Now consider this. What if you couldn't feel pain? Congenital insensitivity to pain. Children bite off their tongues, break bones unknowingly. Pain is a gift, a warning system. Without it, life is short and brutal. One boy jumped from a roof, landed fine, kept playing. Died hours later from internal bleeding. Pain protects you. Its absence destroys you. But what if your body aged backward? That's not real yet, but progeria shows time isn't fixed. Science now edits genes in utero. Could we reverse aging or create new diseases? Every cure carries a shadow, every breakthrough a risk. Now, the final question, what if the weirdest disease is normalcy? We call things normal until they're not. Hysteria, homosexuality, ADHD. Today's illness is tomorrow's identity. Today's monster, tomorrow's martyr. So I ask you now, which of these diseases terrified you the most? And more importantly, could it happen to you? Because the line between them and you is thinner than you think. Every human body is a miracle and a ticking time bomb. Medicine has come far, but the unknown still breathes in the dark. So tell me in the comments, what disease should we cover next? And if this opened your eyes, hit subscribe. Because next time, we uncover the secret Soviet experiments that tried to create real-life super soldiers using mind-altering parasites. Don't miss it. Your reality depends on it. Stay curious, stay afraid, and remember, the strangest disease of all is the one we haven't discovered yet.